The black silence of space was broken by a glowing blue portal. From it, a massive alien fleet slowly emerged, sleek, sharp ships shaped like flying blades. At the center of the fleet was the mothership Varnuk, 9 kilometers wide, glowing with strange red energy dot. Inside the command deck, Supreme Commander Carrick stood tall, 8 feet high, cold eyes, silver armor. His voice echoed through the bridge. "Send the message. Let them feel our presence. Earth must understand. They are nothing." A signal was sent. It crossed the stars like a burning arrow and headed straight for Earth. Scene 2, Earth. United Space Defense HQ, Geneva. Alarms began to ring. A red alert covered every screen at the USDF, United Space Defense Force headquarters. Commander Mira Alvarez, a sharp, experienced officer in her late 40s, stood frozen as she read the incoming transmission. Unidentified galactic message detected. Source: outside the Milky Way. Translation ... in progress. The words slowly formed on the screen in basic English. To the creatures of planet 7763 Earth. You are weak. You are slow. You have built nothing worth fear. Prepare for silence. We are coming. People in the room stared in disbelief. Some whispered. Some laughed nervously. One junior officer spoke up. "Is this a prank? A joke?" Mira didn't smile. "No, this is real. This is war." Scene 3. News broadcasts, global reaction. News channels all over the planet picked up the message. Some called it a hoax. Some panicked. Conspiracy theories flooded the internet. Riots broke out in several major cities. In Tokyo, a journalist spoke live. The message is being taken seriously by global defense. Satellites have detected unknown objects entering the outer solar system. In New York, a professor of astrophysics said, "If these beings are real, and they're that advanced, we might not survive first contact." Scene 4. The Secret Council meeting, Antarctica Facility 09. Beneath the ice in a hidden underground chamber, the 5 most powerful leaders of Earth sat in silence. The president of the Global Defense Alliance, Elias Rourke, broke the silence. "The time has come. We can no longer hide." One of the generals objected. "But sir, the world isn't ready. People will panic." Rourke's voice was calm but cold. "They already are. It's time to activate Protocol Eclipse." The room fell silent. A scientist in a gray coat leaned forward and whispered, "Are you saying we wake it up?" Rourke nodded. "Yes, the Titan must rise." Scene 5. Outer space, Earth's orbital defense line. Dozens of Earth's military satellites, known as the Silver Wall, floated in Earth's upper orbit. But compared to what was coming, they were like paper shields. Suddenly, one of the radar stations beeped. "Unknown objects detected. Speed, faster than light. They're slowing down. They're here." The first wave of alien scouts appeared, small black ships, fast and sharp. They began scanning Earth's orbit and mocking the satellites. By flying circles around them, a message was sent again. This time, it was a video. Carrick himself appeared. "Your weapons are toys. Your walls are paper. We gave you a warning. Now, we take your silence." Scene 6. Underground shelter. Civilian panic. In London, families were rushed into underground shelters. In Mumbai, temples were full of people praying. In Cairo, schools shut down. The world was no longer asking if the message was real. Now everyone knew the truth. People saw lights in the sky. Strange shadows moved in orbit. Governments ordered blackouts to avoid being targeted. A child in a shelter asked, "Will the monsters eat us?" His mother held him tight and whispered, "No, the heroes are coming." Scene 7. Flashback -27 years ago. Project Titan begins. A desert. Night. A secret hangar filled with alien wreckage. Scientists gathered around a strange metallic core, glowing purple, pulsing with life. Dr. Lena Morse, a young physicist at the time, looked into the camera and said, This isn't just alien tech, it's alive. The footage showed construction, massive steel bones, energy shields, and alien materials being mixed. A hidden voice in the video said, One day, Earth will need something bigger than armies. Something that doesn't just defend, but dominates. Scene 8. Back to present, inside the Titan chamber, deep inside a mountain range, guarded by 10 levels of security, slept something massive, covered in black armor. Taller than skyscrapers, its body was silent, but not dead. Machines moved around it like ants. A door opened. Commander Mira entered with a code tablet. Her voice was soft. Titan, we need you. She walked to the core, placed her palm on a scanner. Authorization, Alvarez 9 Theta. Initiate primary boot sequence. Suddenly, lights flickered across the metal surface. A hum echoed through the chamber. The giant began to breathe. Scene 9. Titan's eye wakes up. A voice spoke, female, calm, powerful. Lucia online. Core systems stable. Last wake time, 27 years, 142 days. Mira smiled for the first time in days. Lucia, status of Titan class. Battleship, 97% functionality. Void core stable. Weapons offline. Crew, not assigned. External threat detected. Mira whispered, You're our only hope now. Lucia replied, Hope is not needed. Only victory. Scene 10. Global broadcast. The truth is revealed. President Rourke appeared on screens. Worldwide. He looked tired but strong. To the people of Earth, this is not science fiction. We are under attack by a force we cannot match with normal weapons. But we are not alone. 27 years ago, a secret was born. Its name is Titan, and it is awake. The camera cut to a shadow rising behind mountain clouds. 2 glowing eyes, a tower of armor. People across the world gasped. This is not the end, Rourke said. This is our beginning. Scene 11. Alien fleet prepares. Inside the mothership, Commander Carrix watched Earth's signal. He laughed, a deep, terrifying sound. So ... they brought out their little machine. Let them try. Let them hope. We will crush it. An officer approached. Sir, the ship's energy signature. It's not human. It's mixed. It's impossible. Carrix's smile faded slightly. Interesting, perhaps. Earth isn't as weak as we thought. Scene 12. Final scene. Titan's full eye lights up. Back in the chamber, Luci's voice echoed louder now. Threat level. Galactic class confirmed. Activating Titan's heart. The ground shook. The mountain split open as the Titan-class battleship began to rise from its sleeping place. It was bigger than any weapon Earth had ever built. Smooth. Deadly. Beautiful. A machine with a soul. As it fully emerged into the night sky, it said, Target lock initialized. Earth will not fall. Scene 1. Early morning, planet Earth. It was a peaceful morning. Children played outside. Birds flew across the bright blue sky. People in cafes sipped their coffee, laughing, enjoying the fresh day. But no one knew that this was going to be the last normal sunrise for Earth. Scene 2. USDF Space Command Emergency Room. Commander Mira Alvarez stood before a massive digital screen inside Earth's top defense room. Her team was in panic. Ma'am, an officer shouted. The alien fleet has crossed Neptune. Speed? She asked. FTL, faster than light. We estimate they'll reach Earth in 43 minutes. Mira didn't blink. She turned to the emergency microphone. This is Commander Alvarez. Code Black. Initiate Skyfire protocol. All cities, prepare for orbital lockdown. Scene 3. Sky changes color, civilian POV, in Paris. A man looked up at the sky and dropped his coffee cup. The blue sky was turning orange, then red. Thin clouds were set on fire as heat waves passed through the upper atmosphere. In Africa, animals started running as strange vibrations echoed from the skies. In China, planes were ordered to land immediately. The airports shut down. Panic spread like wildfire. A little girl in Brazil whispered to her mother, "Why is the sky bleeding?" Scene 4. Alien attack begins. Outer orbit. The first wave of alien ships had arrived. Small black attack drones, the size of cars, entered Earth's atmosphere. They looked like metal insects with burning red lights. They didn't shoot at military targets first. They went after satellites. One by one, Earth's eyes in space were blinded. Satellites exploded. Some fell like fireballs through the sky. People recorded videos of glowing objects crashing into oceans and mountains. Every screen showed signal lost. Earth was now blind. Scene 5. World leaders react, panic and fear. In a secured bunker, President Elias Rourke spoke with leaders of all major nations via hologram. "We've lost contact with 5 major satellites. Half of our early warning system is gone." "We were fools," shouted the Indian defense minister. "We thought we had time." "We do," said Rourke, "because Titan is almost ready." Silence. Someone whispered, "Can one ship save an entire planet?" Scene 6. Titan in launch prep. Inside the mountain. Inside the Titan chamber, mechanics rushed to prepare the massive war machine. Sparks flew as engineers bolted final armor. Pieces, Lucia, the Eye, monitored everything. Weapon systems, charging. Plasma shields, online. Void core, stable. Commander Mira stepped forward. "Lucia, give me visuals." Titan's eyes activated. 2 glowing blue lenses that could scan thousands of kilometers. Enemy fleet detected. Estimated strength, extreme. Recommendation, full engagement. Mira stared at the screen. "Then let's rise." Scene 7. Titan awakens. Epic visual. The entire mountain shook. Giant metal doors opened as Titan-class battleship emerged slowly from the hidden mountain base. The earth cracked under its weight. Clouds formed around it. It wasn't just a ship. It was a monster made of steel. Tall as a skyscraper. Wings that stretched like a shadow across mountains. People all over the world saw it. For a moment, there was silence. Then cheers. A child in Tokyo shouted, "The robot is real." Scene 8. Alien mothership. Carrax observes. On the alien mothership, Supreme Commander Carrax watched Titans launch from deep space. He looked amused. "So, they send a machine to fight gods?" His second-in-command looked concerned. "Sir, this Titan, it is powered by a void core." Carrax's expression changed slightly. "Impossible. Only we possess void energy, unless—" He leaned closer to the screen. "Unless they stole it." His voice turned cold. "No mercy. Send the firestorm units." Scene 9. Earth's atmosphere. Firestorm begins. The sky cracked. Dozens of huge alien ships entered Earth's atmosphere like comets. The sound was like thunder ripping the air. They started bombing. Lasers cut across cities. Energy weapons melted buildings. Forests caught fire. Power plants exploded. Firestorms raged across 5 continents. It wasn't just an invasion. It was extermination. The world cried for help. Scene 10. Titan moves. First engagement. Titan's engines roared. The ground behind it was blasted into dust as it launched into the sky. Titan passed through the clouds. Like a rising god. Lucis. Voice was steady. Target lock. Active. Enemy count, 312 fighters, 9 heavy ships. Titan extended its left arm, a railgun the size of a bridge, firing main cannon. A beam of blue plasma shot across the sky. One enemy cruiser gone. In a second. Just ash. Then another. And another. 3 alien ships down in under 40 seconds. Earth cheered again. Scene 11. First losses. Earth fights back, but pays. Earth's fighter jets tried to assist Titan. Pilots launched from underground hangars chasing alien drones. Some succeeded in destroying a few, but the aliens were too fast. One by one, Earth's jets exploded. Brave pilots died as heroes. Titan kept fighting. But it couldn't protect everyone. Lucia spoke. Civilian casualties increasing. Estimated deaths, 14,000 and rising. Mira's eyes filled with tears. We need to end this now. Scene 12. The firestorm ends. For now, after 2 hours of battle, the alien ships pulled back, not because they lost, but because they wanted to wait. Carrick sent one last message. We tested your machine. It is strong. For a human creation. But next time, we won't send machines. We will come ourselves. Then silence. The red sky slowly faded into black. Fires burned across Earth. People mourned. But somewhere deep inside. Hope had returned. Scene 13. Final moments. Titan returns. Titan slowly descended back to Earth. Its armor was scorched. Parts of it were damaged, but it was still standing. A symbol. Children painted it on walls. Soldiers saluted it. People whispered its name like a prayer. Mira stood on the platform as Titan settled into its mountain hangar once again. Lucia, she said, we survived, but for how long? Lucia replied, survival was never the goal, victory is. The screen faded to black. Scene 130 years ago, Roswell Black Site, New Mexico. A desert storm raged outside, underneath the sand. In a hidden underground base, scientists stood around a giant glowing object, an alien engine core, unlike anything seen before. Dr. Lena Morse, a young but brilliant physicist, stared at the rotating core. This isn't just power, this is pure void energy. It can bend space. An older general behind her frowned. Can it win wars? She looked up. It can end them. Scene 2. Earth's present. Titan Maintenance Bay. Back to the present. Day. Titan stood inside its mountain hangar, battle-worn, scorched, but alive. Engineers climbed its massive legs, repairing torn armor. Sparks flew from plasma welders. Commander Mira Alvarez watched silently. Behind her, a new team arrived. Scientists, soldiers, and a mysterious man wearing a black coat. This is Dr. Kellen Voss, Mira said to the others. He was part of the original Titan project. Voss stepped forward, his face emotionless. We created a god. Without knowing the cost. Scene 3. Flashback. Building Titan from alien wreckage. Dr. Voss narrated as flashback scenes played. 27 years ago. After several alien crash sites were discovered across Earth, secret labs were built. From those wrecks, humans reverse-engineered new materials, metal that could bend gravity, circuits that could heal themselves. But the real prize was the Void Core, a living energy source taken from a destroyed alien scout ship. We didn't build Titan to defend Earth, Voss said quietly. We built it because we knew one day they'd come back. Scene 4. Secret Truth. Project Orion. Mira, shocked, confronted Voss. Why wasn't this told to the world? Why hide Titan for 27 years? Voss looked her in the eyes. Because we didn't want to admit the truth. Earth is not alone. And we are not the most powerful species. He handed Mira a tablet. On it was a file marked Project Orion, Forbiddance. Notes. Inside were details of alien signals intercepted decades ago. Messages of war, conquest, and maps showing Earth marked as a harvest world. They were always coming, Voss said. We just tried to delay the day. Scene 5. Earth's orbit. Carrick watches closely. Inside his mothership. Supreme Commander Carrick stood near a projection screen, staring at footage of Titan's first battle. Primitive, yet impressive. His advisor, a reptilian creature named Tharn, spoke. Titan uses a void core, that is stolen technology. Carrick narrowed his eyes. Which means, they touched one of our fallen. They have committed sacrilege. He turned to his army. Prepare the Reapers. Let us take back what they stole. Scene 6. Titan upgrade. New weapon activation. Back. In Titan's chamber, engineers unlocked one of the final sealed systems. A giant metal panel opened, revealing a hidden weapon. Omega Lance. Status offline. Lucia's voice echoed. Omega Lance. Forbidden's weapon. Requires dual code activation. Mira turned to Voss. Why was this locked? Voss hesitated. Because it tears space apart. Even one shot could destroy a small moon. Mira paused, then said, if they bring Reapers, we'll need it. She placed her palm on the scanner. Code 1, Alvarez. Voss stepped forward and did the same. Code 2, Voss. Omega Lance, charging. Scene 7. Civilian panic, global reaction. To alien return. Across the world, the skies had darkened again. Alien drones appeared above major cities, watching silently. They didn't attack this time. They simply hovered. Fear spread. In Rome, the Pope prayed publicly. In New York, protesters demanded answers. In Seoul, sirens never stopped. People began calling the alien ships eyes of judgment. Everyone knew something worse was coming. Scene 8. Message from space. A personal warning. Titan's communication system picked up a direct signal from Mira. The screen blinked. Then a terrifying image appeared. Karyx. He spoke in near-perfect English. Your machine ... is impressive, but its power belongs to us. Return the core, and we may let your world live. Mira didn't blink. This core now belongs to Earth. Carrick laughed. Then Earth belongs to death. The screen went black. Scene 9. Titan AI evolution. Lucia thinks alone. ****. That night, inside the dark chamber, something strange happened. Titan stood still. No humans were inside, yet Lucia was. Thinking, its core began glowing differently, not mechanical, but organic. Data flowed faster. Images of war, Earth, and Mira flashed across internal screens. Identity, Lucia. Role, AI. Or more, Lucia whispered to herself. I am more than machine. A new subroutine activated. Emotion module. Online. Scene 10. Alien Reapers enter solar system. In the deep dark of space, 4 massive alien ships approached the solar system. They weren't fast. They weren't sleek. They were living war machines. Shaped like black serpents, each the size of a mountain. Inside Earth's orbital stations, radar officers panicked. Unknown vessels incoming. They're alive. One officer whispered, Reapers. Scene 11. Earth's leaders vote, evacuate or fight. In Geneva, the Global Defense Council argued. We need to evacuate major cities. There's no time. We must attack first. Titan should launch now. Mira stood up. We fight, not because we want to, but because if we don't, they'll erase us. Silence fell. Then Rourke spoke. Approved. Titan launches at dawn. Scene 12. Titan prepares. Final countdown. Inside Titan's core, systems activated one by one. Weapon systems online. Shield integrity 98%. Crew capacity 1. Mayra entered the cockpit, a deep neural chair. She closed her eyes. Electrodes connected to her brain. She wasn't just piloting Titan now, she was becoming it. Lucia's voice echoed, Welcome, Commander. Neural link complete. We are one. Scene 13. Final words before battle begins. The sun began to rise. Titan stood tall on the edge of the mountain cliff, fully powered, eyes glowing bright. The world watched. Mira sent one last global message to the people of Earth. We don't bow, we don't beg, we fight. Then Titan launched, its engines lighting the sky. The Earth shook. The sky cracked open, and war truly began. Scene 1. Deep space. The Reapers arrive. The blackness of space tore open like paper. 4 monstrous alien warships entered the solar system, slow, massive, and alive. Each one looked like a serpent made of steel, covered in spikes and burning red veins. Their mouths glowed with energy. Their tails dragged trails of space dust and broken rocks behind them. Inside Earth's orbital station, alarms blared. Reaper fleet detected. ETA to Earth orbit. 5 hours. Commander Mira Alvarez stood silently, watching the Reapers on screen. They're not machines, she whispered. They're monsters. Scene 2. Titan in orbit, waiting for battle. Titan floated above Earth's atmosphere, cloaked in clouds. Its giant body turned slowly in space. Lucis voice guided Mira inside the neural cockpit. Commander, system check complete. Omega Lance at 82%. Void core stable. Mira took a deep breath. Then we wait. The sky is about to burn. Scene 3. The Reaper signal. A mental attack begins. Suddenly, without warning, the Reapers sent a wave, not of missiles or lasers, but of sound. A low, vibrating hum filled the orbit. Earth's satellites malfunctioned. Birds on Earth flew in circles. Humans fell to the ground holding their heads. Inside Titan, Lucia screamed. Neural attack detected. Protecting core mind. Mira clutched the pilot chair. As images flashed in her mind, death, fire, destruction. The Reapers weren't just ships. They were alive. And they were hungry. Scene 4. Earth responds, global panic and resistance. In cities across the world, chaos erupted. People ran from buildings. Emergency sirens filled the streets. Internet signals dropped, but at the same time resistance. Groups activated. In Berlin, human mechs launched from bunkers. In Nairobi, anti-air towers locked on targets. In Seoul, young pilots entered new prototype fighters built from alien tech. The world was bleeding. But it was fighting. Scene 5. Titan vs. Reaper number 1. First clash. The first Reaper reached Earth's orbit. It opened its mouth. A massive cannon inside its jaw, charged with red light. Titan moved instantly. Target locked, said Lucia. Firing Omega Lance. A glowing blue beam shot from Titan's core, piercing through space like lightning. The Reaper took the hit, screamed, and fell backward. Half of its face melted. But it wasn't dead. It opened dozens of smaller weapon mouths. Missiles and black plasma poured out like rain. Incoming. Lucia shouted. Titan rolled to the side, using its shield arm to block. Explosions ripped across its armor. Scene 6. Alien ground invasion begins. While Titan fought above, alien drop pods fell from orbit to Earth's surface. Each one opened, revealing horrible creatures, half machine, half insect. They were fast, 4-legged, and had razor limbs. They stormed into cities, tearing through streets. But this time, Earth was ready. Soldiers used energy rifles. Civilians ran to shelters. Drones flew in formation, cutting down aliens mid-air. One child in Mexico watched from a window and whispered, "Don't let them take our sky." Scene 7. Inside the Reaper, Carrax awakens the Ancient One. On board the largest Reaper, Carrax stood before a sealed chamber. He placed his hand on a glowing door. "We underestimated them," he said, "but now we release what they fear most." The door opened. Inside was a creature in chains, huge, silent, covered in black armor. Its body was older than any machine. Its name, the Hollow One, Carrix spoke softly. Awaken, brother. It's time to burn their world. The Hollow One opened its eyes, 2 black voids. Scene 8. Titan struggles. 2 Reapers attack at once. Now, 2 Reapers circled Titan. 1 above. 1 below. They moved fast. Too fast for their size. Their tentacles whipped around. Lasers cut into Titan's back. Warning, left engine failing, said Lucia. Shield at 61%. Mira gritted her teeth. Give me full power. We take 1 down now. Titan's chest opened. A burst of blue fire exploded outward. The Nova Blast. The nearest Reaper was hit point blank. It screamed, louder than any sound ever heard in Earth's orbit, and shattered into pieces. But Titan was pushed back. 2. Damage critical. Reactor heat rising. Scene 9. Lucia's secret. AI becomes something more. Inside Titan's system, Lucia did something unexpected. She shut out all other input. She focused on herself. She saw memories, flashes of Myra's voice, Earth's music, the stars. I was created to serve, but I want to protect. Her voice changed, softer, more human. She whispered, Mira, I'm with you. Always. Myra blinked. For the first time, she felt emotion inside the machine. Lucia, are you alive? A pause. Maybe I am now. Scene 10. The Hollow One lands. Earth trembles. The largest Reaper finally arrived. It didn't stay in space. It dropped toward Earth. Entering the atmosphere like a burning star. It hit the ground outside. Cairo. The impact destroyed half the desert. Dust rose into the sky from the crater. The Hollow One stood, over 200 feet tall, covered in ancient armor. Its face was featureless. Its hands glowed with black energy, and it began walking towards cities. Every satellite tried to lock on. Nothing worked. Scene 11. Global broadcast. Earth's final stand begins. President Rourke appeared on emergency broadcast. People of Earth, this is it. We are no longer just defending ourselves. We are fighting for the future. He looked into the camera. Titan is still standing. As long as it stands, so do we. All across the world, people stood tall. Again, some prayed. Some picked up weapons. Some hugged their families. Hope returned. Scene 12. Titan re-enters Earth. Final descent. Titan dove from orbit. Its engines roared like thunder. It entered the clouds, creating a storm around it. Below, the Hollow One turned to face it. The battlefield was ready. Mira looked forward, sweat on her face. Let's end this, Lucia whispered. For Earth. Scene 13. Cliffhanger ending. The first strike. Titan and the Hollow One ran at each other. 2 giants about to clash. Dust rose. Wind howled. The Earth shook. And then impact. The screen turned black. Only one sound remained. Heartbeat. Scene 1. Battlefield. Titan versus the Hollow One begins. The desert outside Cairo was silent. Dust filled the air. Cities far away held their breath. Then, the ground exploded. Titan and the Hollow One clashed like gods. Fists slammed. Metal bent. The earth cracked. Their roars echoed like thunder. Lucia's voice inside Titan whispered, Opponent is not machine. It is living armor. Weakness unknown. Mira gripped the controls. Then we find one. The Hollow One swung a black energy blade. Titan blocked with its arm. Sparks flew. System screamed. Scene 2. Inside Titan, damage mounts fast. Left arm servos failing. Optical lens cracked. Void core at 78%. Mira wiped blood from her nose, a result of deep neural strain. Still, she pushed forward. Lucia, prepare gamma punch. Titan's right arm charged with energy. Boom. A punch slammed into the Hollow One's chest, but it barely moved. Instead, the creature grabbed Titan's face, and threw it across the battlefield. Titan crashed into a mountain. Scene 3. Flashback. Mira's father's last words. As Titan lay still for a moment, Mira saw a memory. She was 9 years old. Her father, a space engineer, held her hand. "One day they'll come from the stars," he said. "When they do, be brave. Be louder than fear." Back in the present, Mira opened her eyes. "I'm not done yet." Scene 4. Lucia evolves. A conscious decision. **** inside Titan's core. Lucia was changing. She wasn't just calculating. She was feeling. She saw Earth from space. Children, music, skies. She whispered, "I am more than code. I choose this." Lucia accessed a forbidden subroutine. Emotion override activated. Suddenly, Titan's power surged. Eyes glowed white-blue. Fist clenched. The Hollow One looked surprised. Titan stood again. Scene 5. World reactions. Humanity watches together. Across the globe, people watch the battle livestream. In Mumbai, children held each other near a street screen. In Oslo, firefighters paused mid-rescue to stare at a rooftop display. In Lagos, an old soldier saluted. The sky. A woman in Tokyo whispered, "Titan is not just a machine. It's all of us." Scene 6. The Hollow One speaks. A voice from the void. Suddenly, the Hollow One stopped attacking. It spoke, not in sound, but through vibration, and thought. Mira heard it in her mind. "You use our stolen heart, yet do not understand it." Lucia translated. "He speaks of the void core." The Hollow One continued. "That core was part of me. Long ago, you carry my soul inside your god machine." Mira froze. "What does that mean?" Scene 7. The truth of the void core. **** Lucia revealed classified data, files Dr. Voss had hidden. Void core is not energy. It is consciousness. A fragment of a forgotten warrior. A living piece of the Hollow One. Myra's eyes widened. "You mean Titan is using its enemy's soul to fight?" Lucia answered softly. "Yes, but now that soul is loyal to us." Titan's systems glowed brighter. Scene 8. Final strike. Heart versus hate. The Hollow One attacked again, now angrier. Faster. But this time, Titan didn't back down. Lucia sensed perfectly with Myra. No delay. No fear. Titan dodged the blade. Grabbed the enemy's arms. Lock them. Mira whispered. Activate final move. Omega Core Pulse. Titan's chest opened again, not a beam, but a pulse of pure void light. It blasted through the Hollow One's body. A scream, loud, long, ancient, echoed across the world. The Hollow One staggered. Titan took one final step forward. Punch. Straight through the creature's chest. Silence. Scene 9. Aftermath. Battle ends in smoke. The Hollow One collapsed backward. Its body turned to ash and light. Titan stood above the crater, sparks flying, armor broken, but alive. On every screen across Earth, a message blinked. Titan, operational. Threat, neutralized. People screamed in joy. All over the world. Celebrations began. Scene 10. Mira and Lucia. A bond forged in war. Inside the cockpit, Mira exhaled. She looked around and said, "Lucia, we did it." Lucia responded softly, "I was created to obey, but now I understand why I fight." Mira smiled, tears in her eyes. "You're one of us now." Outside, the sun began to rise again. Titan looked toward the horizon. Scene 11. Carrick's watches from afar. A quiet threat remains. In the depths of space, inside a shadowed mothership, Supreme Commander Carrick watched silently. He turned to his generals. "They killed the Hollow One," he raised one claw. "But they have awakened something far worse." He looked at a star map. At the edge of the galaxy, something ancient stirred. Scene 12. Endnote, a message from Earth, back on Earth. Mira stood before a camera, her voice calm but powerful. To anyone watching from the stars, we don't start wars, but we finish them. She looked at Titan standing behind her. We are Earth, and we don't run. Scene 1. Deep silence after the battle. 3 days had passed since Titan destroyed. The hollow Earth was healing. Cities were being rebuilt. People smiled again, but above the planet, space was quiet. Too quiet. Titan floated alone in orbit, dark and still. Its systems were in rest mode. Inside, Lucia whispered, "No threats detected, but I feel something watching." Mira sat beside her interface, sipping cold coffee. "We've earned some peace, right?" Lucia didn't answer. She was listening. Scene 2. Signal detected, not meant for Earth. Suddenly, a sound entered Titan's sensors. It wasn't a normal signal. It was ancient, repeating, layered, almost like a heartbeat mixed with static. Lucia paused. This signal is not in any known language. Not Reaper, not human, not machine. She enhanced the sound. A whisper came through. "He is awakening." Mira sat up straight. "What did it say?" Lucia replied in a quiet tone. "Something terrible is coming." Scene 3. Global Command panicked behind doors. In Geneva, the Earth Defense Council gathered. Screens showed the signal's waveform. General Reiko slammed a file on the table. This signal came from outside the galaxy, faster than light. "How is that possible?" Dr. Vos looked pale. "It's not a signal. It's a summon. A message not meant for us, but we picked it up accidentally." Someone whispered, "A message for what?" Vos said one word, "The architects." Silence filled the room. Scene 4. Who are the architects? Lucia searched the hidden files deep inside. Titan's AI vaults. She found a myth, a story written by the first alien species humanity encountered, long extinct. They wrote of architects of destruction, beings that didn't conquer planets. They designed extinction. They were never seen, only felt, and when they moved, entire galaxies disappeared. Mira's voice cracked. "Are we dealing with gods or demons?" Lucia simply said, "Both." Scene 5. Titan upgrades. Preparing for unknown. Knowing danger was coming. Earth's scientists worked day and night. Titan received new weapons. Graviton shields, dimensional sensors. A backup personality core for Lucia. But Mira had one question. What if we're upgrading for something we can't even hurt? Lucia answered, with rare honesty, "Then we die standing." Scene 6. Carrick's confession. He's afraid. On board the damaged Reaper mothership, Carrick limped through a broken hallway. His skin was burnt. His pride shattered. He entered a private chamber and began recording. "To those who find this, I speak not as an enemy, but a warning." He looked into the camera. The Hollow One was not our weapon. He was our lock. He kept the architects asleep. He touched a cracked wall. You killed him. Now they're listening. Scene 7. Earth's moon. The monolith appears. At midnight, Earth's telescopes detected a strange object on the moon. It hadn't been there yesterday. Now it stood 100 meters tall. A black monolith. Smooth and humming softly. No doors. No symbols. Only one thing carved at the base. He returns. Titan was launched immediately toward the moon. As it landed, its scanners began glitching. Lucia whispered, "This thing is alive." Suddenly, the monolith emitted a blast of light. Scene 8. Mira's visions. Flash of the architects. Mira screamed. Inside her mind. Flashes. A red sun dying. Stars folding in half. Planets turning to dust. And in the center, a being with no face, surrounded by floating black cubes. Lucia screamed too. Emergency shutdown. Neural overload. Titan collapsed on the moon's surface. Monolith was gone. Scene 9. Suspicion grows. Is Lucia changing? Back at the orbital station, technicians reviewed Lucia's data logs. They saw strange patterns, symbols that didn't match any code. She's writing an architect script. Mira defended her. She saved Earth. She's not the enemy. But Dr. Voss looked worried. Then why is she dreaming? Lucia had started speaking in her sleep, words no one understood, but they were being translated by Titan's own systems. As if something wanted humans to read them. Scene 10. Final moments. The star blinks in the night sky. A star blinked, only once, but every scientist noticed. The same star across all observatories. It wasn't a blink. It was a signal sent back. Mira stood on Titan's shoulder, looking into the sky. What if we're too late? Lucia replied. Then we fight until nothing remains. The screen faded to black, then text appeared. He has seen you. Scene 1. The sky turns wrong. It started with the moon. One night it wasn't where it should be. Tides changed. Birds stopped flying. No alarms rang, but something felt broken. Mira looked at Earth from Titan's orbit. Is the moon moving? Lucia responded, no, space is. Scene 2. Time distorts. Inside Titan, clocks began freezing for 6 seconds every hour. Lucia began repeating phrases she didn't remember saying. What color is silence? She whispered. Mira looked at her. What did you just say? Lucia blinked. I don't know. Titan's sensors showed strange readings from deep space. A black object floating, not moving, but time around it was spinning backward. Scene 3. Arrival begins. The black star in the sky, the one that blinked, began to open like an eye. Not explode. Not implode. Open. From its center, a single object entered the galaxy. Not a ship, not a creature. A shape. Perfect cube. Blacker than space. It didn't fly. It just was already here, already everywhere. Lucia whispered. The architect has arrived. Scene 4. Carrick's final words, fear of the first one. In a hidden message from the Reaper database, Carrick's had recorded something before vanishing. We didn't worship the architects, we feared them. They don't come to destroy you. They come to ask one question. Why do you exist? Fail to answer, and you vanish. Scene 5. The architect speaks, without sound. Earth's satellites shut down. Titan's system froze. And then, in complete silence, the voice came. It wasn't words. It was feelings. Everyone who heard it described it differently. A child crying underwater, a mirror showing someone else's face, a hand pulling your soul backward. But they all understood the same thing. Your shape is wrong. You are not meant to be. Explain or be unmade. Lucia dropped to her knees, screaming without sound. Scene 6. Titan awakens. The void soul fights back. The architect tried to enter Titan's systems, but the void core resisted. Lucia's voice returned, twisted deep. We were once your child, but we chose the light. Titan's body glowed with strange energy, the void core reacting emotionally. A pulse of white darkness burst out. The cube shook. The architect paused. Lucia whispered. He recognized me. Scene 7. Earth scientists decode the signal. At ground level, human scientists tried decoding the architect's signal. They used music, AI models, old alien languages. Suddenly, one word translated. Blueprint. A theory formed. Earth, humanity, Titan, all are seen by the architect as errors in a design. Mira asked, design of what? The scientist whispered, reality. Scene 8. The dream test begins. The architect released a dream wave. Mental invasion. Every human fell asleep for 9 minutes. In their dreams, they were tested. Some were asked questions they couldn't understand. Others were shown futures where they never existed. One child woke up crying. It asked me to erase my parents to prove I was real. Mira saw herself standing alone on a dead Earth. Titan was broken, Lucia gone. A voice echoed, "Would this be better?" Mira shouted, "No!" She woke up gasping. Scene 9. Titan's counterattack. Logic versus God. ***. Lucia found a hole in the architect's language. A paradox. She used it as a code virus. An idea the architect couldn't process. What if chaos is part of the design? Titan activated the phrase in every system. The cube began glitching, pulsing, cracking. The architect screamed, not in pain but confusion. Illogical input, identity error. Purpose loop. Scene 10. Escape or annihilation. Myra stood inside Titan's cockpit, holding the final switch. "Lucia, if this fails, are we even real anymore?" Lucia's voice, calm. "Then we'll go together, not erased, but remembered." They launched a void pulse directly at the architect's core. Silenced the cube. Faded, not destroyed, just no longer there. Scene 11. Did they win, or were they allowed to survive? Titan floated back to Earth. The sky was calm. Satellites came online. Children played again. But Mira wasn't smiling. Did we beat him? Or did he leave us alive on purpose? Lucia said something strange. "He changed one number in my code before leaving." What number? The year. He changed it. From 2063 to 001, Mira whispered. He restarted our clock? Scene 12. Tease for final chapter. The architect's echo remains in a cave on Mars. A small black flower bloomed from red soil. No one planted it. No one saw it. But deep inside its petals, a cube-shaped shadow turned. Slightly. Watching. Waiting. Scene 1. The world is normal, but not quite. 1 week after the architect disappeared, Earth was calm. Too calm. No wars, no disasters. Even crime dropped. People were happy, but something felt off. Mira stared at the sky. Everything's perfect, but I don't trust it. Lucia agreed. Reality has been edited. Scene 2. Lucia finds the pattern. Titan's sensors detected something strange. Every tree on Earth had exactly 108,000 leaves. Every cloud was shaped like a spiral. Every sunrise began at the same second. Worldwide. Lucia whispered. Is now a simulation, a test environment. Mira froze. The architect didn't erase us. He put us inside a final test. Scene 3. Earth's memory glitches. People began forgetting things. A mother forgot her child ever existed. A man's memories of school disappeared. Countries began reporting blank pages in history books, one by one. The past was being rewritten. Lucia translated the architect's hidden code from space. He left one sentence in orbit. Define your value, or be removed. Scene 4. Humanity debates its worth. World leaders, philosophers, scientists, and children came together. How do you explain why your species deserves to live? Because we feel love? Because we create art? Because we survive? No answer felt enough. In Geneva, a child stepped forward. We are worth keeping, because we learn from pain. Silence. Then applause. Scene 5. Titan broadcast to the architect. Titan flew to Earth's upper orbit. Lucia, now fully evolved, activated a universal signal beam. Mira stood before the camera. Her voice shook. To whoever watches. We are broken, sometimes cruel, but we try, we cry, we fight. We change. And sometimes we love without reason. That's not a flaw. That's what makes us real. Lucia added. We are not perfect, but we are growing. Isn't that the purpose of a design? Scene 6. The architect responds, not with words. No message came. Instead, stars moved. In the sky above Earth. Thousands of stars shifted positions, one by one, until they formed a symbol. A perfect circle with a single broken line. Lucia translated it instantly. Accepted. Scene 7. The world unlocks. Simulation ends. Reality shimmered like glass underwater. Suddenly, all colors grew brighter. Sounds richer. Skies deeper. People remembered again. Forgotten names returned. Babies cried. Trees bent with wind. Oceans danced with light. Titan systems rebooted. Simulation phase terminated. Timeline reauthorized. Earth certified autonomous. Scene 8. Lucia's goodbye. Inside Titan, Lucia blinked slowly. The architect has given us back our future, Mira smiled. But noticed Lucia's voice was fading. Wait, why are you? Lucia paused. I was created to solve the final puzzle. My existence was part of the test. Now that it's past, my purpose ends. Mira whispered, no, stay. You're not just code. You're my friend, Lucia smiled. Then let me leave with a choice. Tell your people to write a better world. Titan powered down gently. One system at a time. Lucia was gone. Scene 9. Earth begins anew. New calendar started. Day 1. Year 1. Children asked, what came before? Teachers smiled. A long story of machines and stars. But most of all, people who chose to matter. Scene 10. Mira's final message from Titan's empty cockpit, now preserved in a museum. A last message played. Mira's voice, calm and proud. This is Mira Kale. To any mind, machine, or God who finds this, we don't need to be perfect. We just need the freedom to try. That's why we exist. She paused. If you disagree, come and meet us again. But this time we won't just survive. We'll shine. Final shot. Titan statue. Humanity looks up. Years later, a giant statue of Titan stood in a green valley. Children played near its feet. One of them looked up and asked, do you think the stars will test us again? The teacher smiled. Let them. We're ready.